Hello Capricorn, this is Bloomology. My name is Elliott. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. So, these messages can apply for you if you have Capricorn as a sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. These are now timeless messages, so these are not restrained to a certain month or a certain time frame. You could be watching this in the month of June, or you could be watching this in the month of December and still being able to pick up on the messages. Whenever you're meant to watch this, you will watch this. And I'm doing things a little bit different now in terms of my formatting with the readings. So I'm now doing a pre-shuffle here just to get pre-existing energy going into the reading. I pulled 4 cards here already to get the pre-existing energy surrounding the reading that we're going to get into. And then I'll be pulling some love cards at the end, so stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. Cool? Great. So, to get started, the 4 cards that I pulled is the Crown Chakra, the Believe and Succeed in reverse here, Well-Deserved Rewards, and then the Love Abounds card in reverse. So, automatically with the Crown Chakra, you can really be like tapping into your intuition, I feel like you could really be like connected with the divine right now. Like, this is your Crown Chakra. So this deals with like your third eye and stuff. It deals with, really being able to tap into the mysteries of life and tap into the hidden messages and stuff, and being able to not align with them, but have full alignment with yourself, or full alignment up here at least, to be able to be like, okay, I can pick up on these nuances and these hidden messages that I may have not have been able to pick up on before, or maybe somebody else isn't able to pick up on. And maybe there's something here that's really hindering you in a sense to being like not really knowing if the way that you're going is the way that you should be going, because I feel like you're really going to be able to understand things a little bit more, and you're just like, I don't know if I'm really believing in this, because I don't know if I'm going to succeed with it, because we have the Believe and Succeed card here in reverse here. I'll show it to you upright. But you could really be, thinking a little bit more and really paying attention to, the hidden messages behind things, and being like, is this really what I want? Is this really going to get me what I want? But at the end of the day, you're still going to have well-deserved rewards because you've been working hard. You've been putting in a lot of work here. It's just a matter of not really knowing if the hard work that you're putting in is going to lead you to the rewards that you want, or lead you to the rewards that you thought you may have wanted potentially. And then we have the Love Abounds card in reverse here. So you could be lacking love right now, I feel. And that could maybe be why you're also not really believing in succeeding, because you still have rewards coming your way. But maybe you feel as you don't deserve it for some reason. And maybe that's because you don't have the love and the people around you who are like, yeah, you deserve all of this. You deserve all of this love and all of these rewards here. So this is the pre-existing or pre-energy going into this reading. Definitely take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't from this here. But we'll dive into some more cards just to see what else is going on here, and I'll definitely keep these 4 cards here in mind to tie things in together a little bit more, because it's kind of a mixy message here, because it's like you're getting the rewards that you deserve, but you're not really believing in it for some reason, or believing that you deserve the rewards that you do deserve. What's going on, Capricorn? What is going on? Cut it one more time just for y'all. So what else do we have for Capricorn Spirit? What other messages do we have for Capricorn here? Timeless messages for Capricorn. What can they, what messages do you have for them that they can watch months from now and still pick up on? Timeless messages for Capricorn. What else do we have for Capricorn Spirit? What are the themes, advice, guidance? So we have the Hangman here. So you're definitely like surrendering yourself and sacrificing for a journey that you've been on or that you've been going through. And just being like, you know what, like, I'm just going to find comfortability through this uncomfortability of surrendering to this journey, because you could potentially be doing something or going through something that you really don't want to be going through, but being like, this is going to get me to where I want to get to at the end of the day. And maybe you could be not really believing in it because you could have potentially been surrendering yourself to this journey for a while now and not really knowing if the rewards are going to come, because it's like you're still sitting through this journey and being like uncomfortably comfortable. And I say that because here, he's like hanging upside down from a tree, or not a tree. He's like hanging upside down, and that's very uncomfortable, you know, but he has this aura around him to where he's like finding his zen through it all. So it's like uncomfortably comfortable going through this process. Even though you don't really want to surrender to the process, it's like, okay, I'm just going to do it because I know I need to do it, you know, to get to that next step of getting these well-deserved rewards. And then we have the Two of Cups here, followed by the Ten of Wands, and then the Page of Cups in reverse. So there's definitely like a true love or a true connection right here with this Two of Cups here. Or this could be, doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like a platonic relationship where you guys have a lot of love for each other and you could be pouring into each other very evenly. Or this could be a romantic relationship, but there's some kind of partnership here that's very free-flowing, very energetic, very supported, and very like, I don't want to say useful, but you know, you pour into each other evenly, you know, like you guys feel really good with each other. But then we have the Ten of Wands. So there's some burdens that you could be experiencing. I don't know if these burdens are because of your relationship. I don't know why, but I'm picking up on wanting to do things, but having to always keep your partner in mind and having that burden of having to take them with you for some reason. I don't know. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And it's like, even though you love them, sometimes you want to do things by yourself and do things with your friends or your family by yourself and not have to worry about bringing them. I don't know. But there's some burdens here. There's something that you're like harboring, something that you're like carrying and stuff. As you can see, they have like the 10 wands in their back and they're just like, you know, carrying a lot, you know, like there's something very heavy here. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse here. Maybe you're carrying the weight of the relationship, because we have the Page of Cups here in reverse. And with the Page of Cups, it talks about like an emotional message, but with it being in reverse here, it's kind of like emotional message that you're dissatisfied with or unhappy with or not really, you know, content with here. Because with the Page of Cups upright, it's like, you know, this is some kind of like romantic gesture, or it's somebody who's like, you know, having their eyes on you and they're like really taking lead with that. And it's making you feel good, you know. It's something that's like a surprise to you. It's something that's like, oh, you like me? You know, it's like it gives you like those butterflies, I guess you can say. But in reverse here, it's kind of like somebody's trying to like woo you, or someone's trying to like take you out on a date here, or like there's some kind of like romanticism that's not hitting the way that you would like for it to hit. And that's why I say it could potentially be this relationship here that's burdening you, because it's someone that you really connect with. This is someone that you do connect with, but there's some kind of burden that comes along with the relationship, I feel. And maybe it's because there's a lack of romanticism. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, but you could also not be really having the hope and faith in this relationship. So we have the Star card here in reverse. So with the Star card being in reverse here, it's kind of like you don't really have the faith in something like how you did beforehand. And you could also be feeling very vulnerable. And feeling vulnerable is not always a bad thing, but you could be feeling that type of vulnerable that doesn't really feel good, because she's bucket naked. You know, she don't got no clothes on. She's just in the middle of this earth here, and she's like trying to pour evenly into the earth and into the water and stuff. So let me show you upright, because I'm trying to like look at it and like show you guys. But like, she don't got nothing on. She's trying to pour evenly into like both sides of her, the earth and the water and stuff. And she's feeling very vulnerable upright, but feeling very comfortable in it. Being like, you know, I have enough hope and faith in me to where I can be vulnerable and I can give, and I know that I'll receive. But in reverse here, it's like you're giving maybe, but you're not really receiving the same. I know I was talking about like pouring into cups evenly and stuff like that, but maybe you could be giving and feeling very vulnerable in the giving that you've been giving, if that makes sense. Or like not feeling very like hopeful in the vulnerability that you've been experiencing stuff, and not really feeling the most comfortable in it for some reason. And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse here, followed by the Five of Swords in reverse here, and then the Moon card in reverse. So I feel as though I'm gonna put those back. That's what I flipped over here. So I feel as though with this Ace of Swords in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse here, I feel as though there's some kind of like back and forth kind of situations going on that was going on beforehand, and it's not really like an issue anymore. I feel as though there was a lot of communication going back and forth, but it wasn't like communication that was like the best of communication, or communication that was very like, oh, like I get you, I understand where you're coming from, like we're on the same page here. It was very like, you know, back and forth communication, because we have the Five of Swords here. Well, to backtrack, even before we have the Five of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords. So the swords talk about mentality, perspective, but also communication and stuff. And with the Ace of Swords, it could be like a disconnect between communication. And I'm mainly picking up on that because this came up in reverse here. But with the Five of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like, you know, biting your tongue a little bit. You know, it's like holding back because you may have, or somebody may have had a little bit more of a sharp tongue, especially with the card being upright. But in reverse here, it's kind of like, you know, like, let me bite my tongue a little bit more. You know, let me not just like lash out, and let me not just like come at them and snap and, you know, start an argument, or, you know, entertain any like bad vibes that are going to lead to any kind of argument and stuff, but still having like that sharp tongue there and still being able and ready to snap if need be. So it could be one extreme or the other. You can really be like snapping back, or you could really be holding back so you don't snap back. But I feel as though with this Ace of Swords in reverse coming beforehand, it's just kind of like you may be snapping a little bit more. And maybe that could be because of some clarity that was brought to you. Maybe something that was hidden beforehand. Maybe something that you unveiled, because we have the crown chakra here. Remember, you're very tapped in right now. You're very in tune. You know, you're able to see the things that you weren't able to see beforehand. You can read between the lines here, and maybe through that reading between the lines, you know, with the Moon card being in reverse here, if you look at it upright, there's a lot of like, you know, fog here. So there's a lot of mystery and like things that are trying to be spotlighted, and things that are like kind of mysterious, and there's kind of some kind of like illusion, but there's something there that you feel. But in reverse here, it's kind of like, okay, it's actually being spotlighted. The feelings that you were feeling, or the things that you were thinking beforehand, you actually can see and you have clarity on it. You know, so maybe there was some kind of clarity brought to you that has you a little bit more in this energy here of potentially snapping back and stuff. And then we have the Ace of Wands that follows the Moon card in reverse. And the Ace of Wands is also in reverse here. So, what is going on, Capricorn? With this Ace of Wands in reverse, it can be like you don't really have the motivation on the spark, or the spark that you had beforehand, because of maybe some clarity that was brought to you, and you're just like, you know what, nah. You know, now that I know what I know, and now that I know what I knew the whole entire time, it's just now being spotlighted and clarified to me. I don't really feel the need to put in the energy or the work here. I don't really feel the spark like how I felt beforehand. Like, why would I invest my energy in, you know, my work ethic to get all the well-deserved rewards that I know I deserve? Maybe this person or maybe this situation has you really not believing in the hard work that you've been putting in. Even though you know you deserve these rewards, the love that you have, or love that, you know, could be surrounding you, could be leading to this kind of like disconnect in terms of, you know, you putting in the work elsewhere, but not really being able to believe in the work because maybe they're jealous of the work that you're putting in elsewhere. You're not putting in the work with them. I don't know. There's a lot of messages here that I'm picking up on. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But there's definitely like the desire, or the lack of desire, to put in the work here for some reason. And I feel as though it's because something has been like brought to your attention. Something has been clarified to you. And you're just like, okay, interesting. Now that I know this, don't expect for me to be eager to make this work, or eager to put in the work, or anything of the sorts. And then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, followed by the Six of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords reverse here, I feel as though it's always one extreme or the other. So you can either be really impulsive and just charging into things, especially after finding out some new information, and just being like, okay, like I know exactly how I need to move, and I'm just going to go, and I'm not really going to think about it. You know, I'm just going to go, and kind of being a little bit irrational. Or you can just be at like a halt, or come to like a very aggressive halt, you know, and being like, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to, you know, I'm just going to sit here, you know, especially after getting some information. You're just like maybe a little bit stubborn and just being like, you know, like this information is very interesting to me and I'm not willing to put in the work and I'm not going to move or do anything to put in the work here. So again, it's kind of coming to like that aggressive halt here. Or it could be, you know, the other extreme of really being like aggressively moving really, really quickly and kind of not even thinking about it and being a little bit brash. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But I'll tell you this, the next card that comes up is the Six of Swords. So with the Six of Swords, you could really be focusing on healing a little bit more. And maybe focus on like, you know, traveling and, you know, escaping. Because the two key words here is escape and travel. They're on a means of transportation, so you could be traveling a little bit more. But the Six of Swords also talks a little bit about healing. So you could be healing through traveling. And as I was mentioning earlier, the swords talk about like communication, logic, perspective and stuff. So this could be some kind of like physical travel since they're on a boat. Maybe you could be traveling via boat. But this could also be some kind of like traveling in terms of like, you know, shifting your perspective and changing up your mentality and being like, you know, like the perspective and the way of thinking that I was like, you know, holding on to beforehand doesn't really work for me anymore. You know, it's not really giving what it's supposed to be giving for me. And it's not giving me, you know, it's not helping me to believe in the success and believe in the well-deserved rewards that I know that I deserve. You know, there's something here, there's some kind of shift here. And I feel like it's usually with the Six of Swords in regards to perspective and mentality and stuff and healing through that and being like, you know what, I know that I deserve these rewards. And I'm not going to let nobody tell me or make me believe that I don't. Because there's something here that has you not believing that you do, even though you're getting it, you know? And then we have the Queen of Swords. JK, I lied. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse here. So with the Queen of Cups in reverse here, there's some kind of like, this situation here that you're going through has you really like, yes, you're in tune with your intuition and stuff like that, but it really has like your inner tides and stuff or your emotions all out of whack. You know, because the Queen of Cups upright is somebody who's really in tune with the inner tides, very in tune with her feelings and being very like, you know, soft and empathetic and gracious with herself and being able to be the same way with others because she's like, she understands, you know, she gets the vibes, she gets the feelings, she understands, you know, how to be empathetic and stuff like that. But in reverse here, it's kind of like, she's unable to do that because she's not being that way with herself because the tides are all like all over the place. You know, it's murky water, it's crashing tides and stuff like that. It's waves and commotion and stuff going on internally. And it can have you rethinking. This can really have you rethinking with the Seven of Cups here and being like, okay, like what are my options? You know, like how am I going to best go about the situation so I can, you know, have this card back upright so I can be in tune with the inner tides and be in tune with my emotions to be that caring, empathetic person that I know I'm used to being and be like, okay, like how do I get back to that point? Let me think about it. Let me think about my options, think about which ways I can go in order to get back to that. And what it is that you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up cleansing. Or that's what you're going to end up needing to do. You're going to end up needing to cleanse. And, you know, cleanse however you cleanse and however you feel the need to cleanse. Don't fall into the mainstream notions of being like, oh, I need sage, I need to burn incense, I need to burn candles, I need to meditate. Like, yes, do that if you're inclined to do so. Yes, do that if that's what you love to do and that's how you cleanse and what you would like to do. But there's so many different ways of cleansing, you know. You could be, you know, cleaning. You could be giving away old things. You could be drawing. You could be writing. You know, whatever it is that, you know, you need to do to cleanse, do that, you know. And then through cleansing, it's really going to get you over some really, really hurt feelings. I feel like you have really, really hurt feelings here for some reason, but you're going to be getting through them because we have the Ten of Swords here in reverse and the Ten of Swords here in reverse. You know, it's the completion of a cycle of hurt, you know, especially being in reverse here. It's like you've gotten to that end point of, you know, getting into numerology. There's 0 through 10. 0 is the beginning, 10 is the ending, and then it goes back to 0. So you're at that ending phase of being like, you know, upright. This betrayal and suffering that I was feeling beforehand, now that it's in reverse, I'm healing from it. And I'm at that last final point of being like, this is what I needed. This is what I need in order to finally get over this last hump to get over it and to get through it. And that's going to be through cleansing, however it is that you need to cleanse exactly. And then follow that, you're going to be like, okay, like, what's my next step? What's my next plan? What's my next trip? You know, like, because they're going to be contemplating. You're going to be contemplating and being like, okay, like, now that I've gotten through this portion of my life, this chapter of my life, and through this journey and stuff, now it's time to me to sit and think and ponder on what next do I want to see come to life for me. And you're really going to be working hard to bring forth whatever it is that you want to bring forth. With this Knight of Coins here, the two key words here is productivity and practical. So you're being very practical and being like, okay, like, I know this is what I want to do next. This is where I want to go. So I know exactly what work needs to be put in and the work that needs to be put in to get me to that point here. So you're going to be really, really working hard here. And then we have the Tower card in reverse, followed by the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and then the Six of Coins. Let's get one more card, Spirit. One more card. I just realized I've been pulling more cards than I usually do. I've been very... Okay, this is more cards than I need. Am I going to take all of these? Because I only need one. Am I going to do it? We're going to do it. Why not? So let me make some room on my tiny ass desk here. Just for you, Capricorn. Just for you. I ain't taking no more cards after that for this spread. Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's cute. Okay, anyway. So we have the Tower card here in reverse. So there's some kind of like unwillingness to let something change, or unwillingness to let the inevitable come for some reason. I feel like maybe you're going to be, I don't know why, but I feel like you're going to be going through this relationship here, or some kind of relationship here that was brought up at the very beginning, that you really connect with someone that you really love and stuff, but seeing like the burdens that comes along with it and the things that you don't really connect with and like and stuff, and being like, like, I'm going to get through this journey here. I'm going to get through this hurt and this pain and stuff, and I'm just going to heal from all of it. And then, think about my next steps and really work towards those next steps. And I feel like for some of you, you're not going to let this relationship end with this Tower card in reverse hand, because you're going to be prolonging that ending and being like, like, let me give them another chance. Take what resonates, leave by how it doesn't. But with the Tower card, there's some ending here, or some kind of like destruction that you're trying to put band-aids over. Because with the Tower card upright, the two key words is destruction and sudden change. Lightning strikes a building and it's just like, oh shit, now what? Now I gotta suddenly figure stuff out. I have to suddenly be like, okay, like, we broke up, so like now I have to redefine myself. Oh, this pipe burst, so now I have to figure out how I'm going to fix this and if I want to continue to move here. It's just some kind of like sudden change and sudden incident that's just like having you have to rethink everything, but in reverse here, again, it's kind of like, maybe things are happening and you're just like, meh, it's all right. We gonna work through it. We just gonna keep going, this pipe burst, we just going, put some tape over it. That's what it makes me think of. And then we have the Seven of Wands here. So whatever it is that you're not really letting go and letting end, you're really going to be like defending it. You're going to have all 8 of these wands or 6 of these wands coming your way, and you're going to be deflecting them. You're going to be like, nope, nope, I'm not letting y'all attack me right now. Like, I'm not about that energy. Say what you got to say. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but, I'm not worried about what y'all have to say, and it's just really, persevering in whatever it is that you're trying to defend, and being like, I'm not going to let nobody knock me down from what it is that I'm defending here. This is what I believe in, and that's what it is, period, point blank. And then we have the Knight of Cups here. So there's kind of like faithfulness and romance. It's 2 key words. So there's some kind of like, romantic gesture or romantic kind of like message that's coming your way. There's some kind of romanticism, that you're like, or that's coming to you. And maybe this could be what you're defending. Maybe you could have like, decided to stay in this relationship and really defend this relationship, and then your partner being like, oh, they for me, they gonna defend me and stuff, and I'm being like, all right, like let me take them out on a date. Let me do something nice. Like that's what I'm picking up on here. But there's some kind of romanticism here. This doesn't have to be the person that you were dealing with beforehand. This could be somebody else who's coming in. If you are single or decide to be single, that they have their eyes out on you, just like how the Page of Cups. It's kind of like the same energy. It's just 2 different levels. The Page is kind of like the more premature, because the Page comes before the Knight. and then it's the Knight next. So it's like some kind of like premature like romantic gesture, and it's like the little bit more of the mature romantic gesture. So it's like, let's go for a walk, and it's like, all right, like let's go on the horse ride, you know, like let's go on the horse carriage ride through the park and stuff, you know, like that's the levels to it. So this is like the next level kind of like romanticism that's coming your way here, and you're gonna be, you know, helping out a lot. I don't know why, but I'm picking up on, for some of you, you're going to be, you know, having this romanticism coming in a little bit more, but it's going to be like, okay, like we can split the check. Oh, it's all right. Like I got this, you know, like I can, if I got to pay for 75%, I can pay 75%. You know, if I got to pay for it all, I can pay for it all. Just plan it and I'll pay for it, you know, because we have the Six of Coins here. And with the Six of Coins, it talks about being charitable and helping and stuff. And as you can see, he's literally handing out coin. So you could be giving away your resources and stuff, but giving it away because you feel like you can give it away. You know, you're not giving it away and you're not receiving in return. You know, you're receiving something on the other end as well, because with the Six of Coins, you're not going to be giving and not believing that you're going to receive, you know? You're going to be giving and knowing that you're giving because you either have or you know you're going to get back, you know, and receive. And then we have the Lovers card. So this connection here could be it. Or it could really be like, you know, prospering and stuff like that and really be supported here. Or this could be some kind of new relationship for some of you. I feel as though it's going to be the same kind of relationship as the same relationship that's been, you know, being brought up in this relation or throughout this spread. But this Lovers card is like, you know, there's a lot of commitment here. You guys are divinely supported. You know, we have the angel here that's like, it's all right. I support you guys. And I want you guys to be happy together. So you have my blessing. You know, like it's just that's the kind of energy that the Lovers card gives here. And then we have the King of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse beforehand. So we have both the King and the Queen. But I feel as though through like this journey here between you and this relationship or a new relationship, the King is going to be the king. You know, the King is going to be not even just the king, but the kind of king who is more gracious, more selfless, more caring, more in tune with their emotions and their feelings and stuff, and more so able to convey those feelings, as well as being able to help you through your feelings, you know, because they're going to be in tune with the tides, you know, they're going to be able to understand their feelings, and with them being more understanding of their feelings, they're able to understand others' feelings and help them through their feelings, you know. And then we have the World card followed by the Four of Wands in reverse here. So with the World card, I feel like there's going to be some kind of like starting over in a sense. You know, there's a new relationship that's dawning upon here, or like coming about here. Because with the World card upright, it kind of talks about completion and fulfillment, like the ending, like the completion of a cycle, you know? But in reverse here, it's kind of like the starting of a cycle. So you could be waltzing into a new relationship, and that new relation having a lot of romanticism, a lot of love, and a lot of like caring energy, you know, a lot of like, you know, empathetic, soft, gracious energy that's just like, you know what, you want to cuddle with this person. Like you just want to be held and coddled by them and stuff, you know? And then we have the Four of Wands here, which makes me feel as though through this new relationship and through this new cycle, there's going to be a lot of work being put in here. It's not going to be all fun and games, you know? With this Four of Wands upright, it's all fun and games. But in reverse here, it's not fun and games. There's a lot of work to be put in to get to this point of, you know, getting to where you want to be at the end of the day. But ultimately, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Coins. So ultimately, you're going to be feeling really good. You know, you're going to be feeling really, really good. You're going to be feeling really fulfilled because you're going to be getting the rewards that you well deserve, you know. You're going to be, you know, overflowing with a lot of energy and a lot of love at the end of the day, even though you're going through this journey here of, you know, having this up and down kind of feelings and stuff. But ultimately, at the base level, you know that you're good. You know, you're content with where you are in your life. You're content with where you're going, you know. So that's what I have in terms of this spread here. I kind of just powered through that because, yeah, I was getting extra cards and stuff. And I was like, well, I was needed in one, and then I got 4. So sorry if I went through that really fast. But messages conveyed nonetheless, which is, you know, all that really matters. And I have a couple more for you. All of my videos have been like, or my most recent videos have all been like 30 minutes or longer. It's the longest they've ever been. But you know what? I'm not mad at it. And I hope you're not either. I hope you guys are staying tuned for all of it and not just watching bits and pieces. because these are a lot of messages that I'm conveying here. So thank you for sticking through if you're still here to this very end point. This is the home stretch though. So what do we have for Capricorn in terms of love here? Spirit. What's going on the love front? What other messages do you have that are timeless for them in regards to love, Spirit? It's a lot of love that was coming in with this mess, or with this other spread. Passion in reverse. What else do we have? So you could not be feeling the passion. You could be trying to feel the passion, and you're keeping an open mind to feel that passion because you see the passion trying to, resurface or be brought back into life. You see that spark coming back, or you see that the other person, or even you for that matter, want that spark to come back. So, you're keeping an open mind here. So it says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Maybe they're not aligning with your expectations and you know that. Or they're not usually what you would go after, or they're not usually what you expect. But you're open to seeing where it goes and open to seeing if this passion, could come back. And then we have finances and career. This is different. Financial issues are affecting in your love life right now. I was saying it with the Six of Coins and being like, oh, we can split the bill, or I can pay the whole bill if you need me to and stuff. So there could really be some kind of like financial hardships that come into play in your relationship here. Maybe your partner doesn't have how you would like to have. And that's something that you're keeping an open mind about, because maybe you can have. You're a Capricorn, so you're going to have. You're going to make sure that you have at the end of the day. That's just a Capricorn thing. And then we have, these are the last cards I'm going to take. But we have healing family issues in reverse here, free yourself in reverse, and then heart-to-heart conversations in reverse. So with the healing family issues in reverse here, upright it says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So maybe you could be going through this point of, maybe you could have learned a lot from your parents in regards to, what it is to love, or what it is that you want to see in your love life, or, just really watching your parents growing up. And I feel like you're going through this journey of being like, okay, like I understand, why you guys' relationship is what it is or what it was. And, now that you're going through maybe potentially the same kind of things, or going through a relationship now and being like, okay, like I get it, like I get it. And you're, kind of like I feel like you're either seeing it and you're not really being like, not accepting. I don't want to say accepting, but you're not really like, you're not being very like welcoming to it. Like you see it for what it was and what it is and stuff, and you see it in your relationship. But for some of you, you may still not could be accepting that and being like, okay, like I understand that this was your relationship, but this is my relationship now, and I don't want this to be my relationship. Like I don't want this to be my relationship, and I don't know why it was your relationship. So I don't need to heal from this, because it did come up in reverse. And then we have the free yourself in reverse. So you could be keeping yourself in this relationship, or keeping yourself in some kind of like mindset in regards to love. Upright it says it's time to take back control of your life. So in reverse here, you could be feeling like not in control, potentially for some of you. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. But there's some kind of feeling here of potentially being a little bit trapped, or really like put in a box of what it is that you want or believe or would like to see in a relationship. And that could be going back to, not wanting to potentially heal from other things that you may have learned through growing up and seeing your parents and stuff. Wow, this is getting really deep, Capricorn. I didn't expect all of this. And then we have the heart-to-heart conversations in reverse here. So you could really be kind of like biting your tongue. Wasn't I saying that beforehand? Because we got the Five of Swords. There could be conversations that need to be had that you're not having or willing to be had right now. But there's engagement at the bottom of the deck. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So I feel like ultimately at the end of the day, you're going through this journey of learning a lot, through your relationship and stuff. And you're, open to learning and keeping an open mind, like how I was saying beforehand, and being like, like, I love you. I know that we have all these things going on, but I see myself with you, and I'm willing to go through this journey with you, even though it may not be exactly what I'm looking for right now or exactly what I want for my relationship right now. I'm keeping an open mind to get to this point of being like, you know what? Ultimately, I can see myself with you. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Capricorn, Capricorn. I hope these messages could resonate with you. If you want to book a reading with me so we could dive more into these things, I'm more than happy to do so. You like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Let me know if these messages resonated for you and stuff. And until the next time, I will chat with you later. Bye, Capricorn. If you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, click the link down below. You can book a reading with me at www.bloomologytarot.com. That's www.bloomologytarot.com. Thanks.